Talk about your path to success, because you spoke about women, and you know that's a passion of mine, women in business, and how important it is for women to be financially independent. Now, you went through a divorce. Obviously, there were challenges, and then you got into this business. And you meet a lot of women who may or may not be financially independent. Do you think that this career is for them based on the success you've had?
It's amazing. Not when they tell you, but when they tell it to other people in front of you, like, you know how she helped me, she's the best, I love her. I kind of get embarrassed at first, but then like, thank you. You don't do that, you don't do it for that, but it's nice when you hear it.
What is the advice you can give to a woman who wants to get into the financial industry? How old, before I go to that, how old were you when you started?
I was,
They always want this. That's what everybody.
they think I put the price on it.
Everybody
They say,
wants
I'm not, I don't put the price.
Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Step by Step Talks. We are in Panama City today, and I'm your host, Rohini Kapoor. I'm here today to explore the world of insurance, success, and wealth. I'd like you to welcome my guest today, Algria Bassan, a very successful partner with AAA Insurance in Panama. Not only is she a successful partner, but also an MDRT qualifier. Welcome to our episode, Algria Bassan.
Thank you, Rohini, for having me.
Algria, I've heard so much about you through various people in Panama. And as I am also one of your clients, I really would like to know more about how you got to where you are. But before we start that, can you give us a brief history about your family, your personal life, where you grew up, what you've done, and how you got to where you are today?
Of course. My name is Alegria Bazan. I am a partner in AAA Seguros from Panama. We're 4 partners. I started kind of late, but the important thing is that we got on top fast. People say how fast not me alone. We are like 4 partners, as I said, and 4 of us, we managed to complement each other. So I think that's kind of the basic of our success. And we get along very well with each other. I graduated in Panama. I was born in Panama. I went to Miami to college, but I got back to Panama. I finished my degree in Panama because I was going to get married really young. I got married young.
Young? Yeah, we all did.
Yeah, I still get, not only in life, but also saying it. Okay. But didn't work as well. I had 4 children, but I got divorced. And by the time I was getting my divorce, my cousin, that's one of my partners, asked me to get the degree in the insurance business. He was having his license. He was getting his license in the fire and auto and that
accidental insurance,
right? And he wanted me to have the personal license for life and health part. And so I did. For a few months I studied for the license. I got it. And with his license and my license, we opened the company that's called AAA. And a few years later, we got a new partner. And a couple of years back, we had a new partner. Now we're 4 partners. We started 2, and now we're 4. And that was we were established in 2012, I believe, with him. And in 2018, we have a 3rd partner, and 21, I believe, the fourth partner.
Wow.
And we've managed to be successful in, we can say 10 years, the last 10 years.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, to be successful in a matter of 10 years. I myself had an agency, 2 agencies in Canada, British Columbia, and I know the hard work you have to put in to
course.
build an organization within 10 years. So, can you go into a little bit of the challenges that you've had?
Of course.
You know, you gave your exams, obviously. But before we go into that, can I ask you a question? How long does it take for you to get your license to sell life insurance in Panama?
It's not that long, but it's not like get your license and you're good. No, you gotta have your license, but after you get your license, you have to know about the business. One of our challenges was that we were young. We're looking for clients and having people work with us. At first, they don't trust you enough because you're young, you're not being long in the industry. But by the time we have like the first meeting, they get to know us and they know we are like at that same level of the old ones. Like other challenges that you go to a client and say, no, I've been working with the same agent for 20 years or the last 15 years, and we're just kind of new.
Yes.
But we got like at that level very fast, thank God, because of the word mouth to mouth.
Yeah, referrals.
Like, of course, they teach you, and it's the basics. Start with your family, then your friends, and
then you build.
If you're good, the rest comes along.
So I'll agree that you will be very happy to know that I've worked in a few countries with insurance, and they all have the same challenges.
Of course,
everybody has the same challenges. They don't trust you in the beginning, but then gradually you build that trust.
The core of this business is trust.
Yes, of course.
So if you don't have their trust, not trust in you, but also that they have to trust you, that you are making them trust you. The insurance company. Exactly. We are not the insurance company.
No.
We have to study the insurance company to make our clients trust us selling you this company.
Of course.
Because there's a lot of companies that look good, but on the back, they're not that good. So you have to be like very careful.
So you, in essence, are a brokerage. You're a brokerage and you sell many different companies.
Of course.
And that's companies in Panama and companies in the States.
Only in Panama.
Only, but the companies that you represent are not from outside of Panama?
Yes, but they have to be established in Panama.
Of course, they have to be
established. Yeah, there's a couple they're not from Panama, but they have to be established in Panama.
Definitely. Oh, that's for sure. So you have a lot of learning to do because you're learning different rules and regulations that come from the States or from Canada and then Panama as well.
You have to know a lot of laws.
Yes.
You have to know about psychology also.
Of course.
But you need to be a psychologist, a lawyer, a salesperson.
Exactly.
It's a lot of stuff that comes along with this business.
Definitely, yeah. And that's true. That's even in Canada.
And the issue that you like, being a woman.
Yes, we're going to talk about that in a minute. We're coming to that in a minute. It's our favorite subject, right? Let's talk about favorite subject. It is my favorite subject. Can you talk a little bit about your path to success? So you started, and then it grew. You got referrals, and you walked from referrals to other people, and you're always constantly growing. Yes. But can you talk about your path to success and maybe share a story that really touched your heart while you're in the business? Because obviously you're passionate about what you do, and you're passionate for a reason. Right? So can you share that with me?
Yeah, not everyone can handle the personal part of the business, like life insurance or health insurance. Sometimes we get information that not even the family have. It's very delicate, very sometimes sad, and you don't know where to start talking or what to say, what to do, and sometimes I try to focus on the policy, on the payments, on the paperwork, but on top of that, there's a lot of stress, personal stress and health and issues that sometimes you have to deal only with the person that's sick, because they don't want anyone to know about it, or the family, and you can only talk to that person, and you know that person's going through a tough time, and you have to talk about them, about money, about things that won't be covered and that are covered, or, delicate stuff that you don't need to hear in that moment, but it's what it takes.
Yeah.
To have like that's part of of being good in the business, that not only sell the policy. Okay, I just sell it to you. You need to call this number and that's it. No, you have to go all the way. Hopefully they don't need it. We always say, hopefully you don't need it. You don't need to call me. Or sometimes I get clients call me only because something happened to them.
Yeah.
And when they call me, I get scared, like, oh my God, what happened now?
Yeah.
And I say, you have to call me another day to have a coffee or something, or just to say how are you, or something that's not only for a claim, because it's difficult to see them in a party, because most of our clients, we know each other,
Of course. Yeah.
and you don't know how to approach them.
Yeah. Exactly.
If it's
delicate,
delicate,
it's very delicate. Yeah.
Or not delicate. Even if maybe their wife is pregnant, or maybe the wife calls me, hey, I'm pregnant. I don't want to tell anybody yet. I just want to make sure. And sometimes you don't know. If you meet the people on the street, you can. I've never talked about the insurance, because I never know if I should say something or not, or is a secret not a secret, or the person that's with them can know that, and
No.
I'm very
it's very
careful in that.
The major part of your clients are all in the Jewish community.
Most of them.
Most of them. And how do they react when it comes to buying insurance?
They always want discount.
They always want discount. That's what everybody.
They think I put the price on it.
Everybody
they say,
wants
I don't put the price. It's one price for everyone.
Okay.
This is not a
They want the
marketplace.
insurance, but they want a discount. That's the story of everybody's life, right?
But on the good part, I think it's great, because they trust you more.
Yeah.
Because they know who you are, where you come from. They know or I try to show them we are here for them. Yeah. Not for the insurance company, or not for everyone. It's for the client. For the client. You buy me. You trust me on buying the policy. I have to maintain that trust in
and
you.
The respect.
So that's what makes you tell your friend or your other family, hey.
Exactly. So can you share a story about somebody who should have had insurance and they didn't take it?
Of course.
Yeah.
I have very, very tough one. This friend, I met him because he's the father of my son's friend. And I always tell my son, like, ask them who they work with, or if they have an agent or not, so I can be their agent, I remember that I asked him about it, and he said, no, he's just getting one policy. And I said, okay, which one, with who? He was good. If I know you're in good hands, I won't do anything. He was in good hands, and I asked him what policy you're buying. He said this and that. Okay, perfect. Like a month after, 2 months after, not that much, I heard the son had gotten into an accident.
Oh no.
I went to a hospital to visit them, and they were just talking about the hospital bill. He was like for a day, and the bill was up to $60,000 and counting. Mm-hmm. And I asked him, what about the policy? And he said to me, you won't believe it, I had the papers on my desk and I never sent them.
Oh, he never sent
them. And I was like, but didn't you have this person that was helping you? Yeah, but I don't know, he never called, I don't remember, I had it in it. You know, it's never on your top of your mind, the policy, and it's a lot of paperwork. That's where we get into to help you with the paperwork. Because I know People get lazy or they don't want to paperwork, and they just. I hate it, and I can't imagine my clients.
And sometimes it's just very complicated for them to understand all the paperwork. It's very complicated.
We try to make it easier and try to make them complete it.
Yeah.
This agent didn't do that.
Oh.
And I say, I didn't get the policy, and he didn't get the policy. So it was very sad for me to know that he, like, it was a matter of a couple of months, and he never got to
That is very sad.
And he had to move from a private hospital to a public one because of the policy. He never finished that.
I hope the son is okay though.
Yeah.
He is okay. Well, that, there's so many stories like that. I mean, we could go through so many, right? But I mean, I guess this is the time you can tell everybody who's watching us how important it is to have some insurance in place, especially when you're whether you're in the country or whether you're traveling. And traveling even more so, right?
Sure.
You do travel insurance as well,
yes,
don't you?
Of course.
You do car insurance, you do travel insurance,
Every
you do
kind
life
of
insurance, you do all kinds of, and home insurance too, right? You do all insurance.
Even pet insurance.
Yeah, even pet insurance. Well, that's amazing. And pets are expensive too nowadays.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
But the limits are not that high, but
still,
some people,
it helps. Yeah, it does help. Okay, well, thank you for sharing your story. Let's talk about your path to success. So you got in, you found it hard, to build the trust, but then the trust got built and you made it to MDR.
We're still building it.
Oh, yeah, still building. Of course, you never
finished the build.
Yeah. Talk about your path to success, because you spoke about women, and that's a passion of mine, women in business, and how important it is for women to be financially independent.
Of course.
Now, you went through a divorce. Obviously, there were challenges, and then you got into this business, and you meet a lot of women who may or may not be financially independent. Do you think that this career is for them based on the success you've had?
Of course, it's what I'm telling you now. It's not that we're already big and we're already the best.
You're building.
We are building it. We built it a little faster than others. We're still learning.
Of course.
And of course, we are learning from the, you could say, pioneers. I don't know how you say that.
Pioneers
the first one that have 30 more years on the business.
Yeah.
We are colleagues. We don't see each other as a competition. If we need, that's the good part of this business. There's a lot of agents, but most of us talk to each other and ask for advice. If I know you have been in the business longer, yes. I ask you and they guide you, and it's not in a bad way, but in a good way. I'm more if you're a woman. I don't know why it's so hard to build a trust being a woman in not much on the insurance part, but when it comes to the financial part.
Yeah.
Like they think like, oh, you don't know about it. Or what are you, if I go to a client that's a big financial guy and I'm gonna talk to him about life insurance, for example, that has a financial part, and he's gonna say like, what are you telling me about finance? I know about finance, everything. But they think they know everything, but they don't. They know their part of finance, but not the life insurance part.
Yeah.
That's very interesting when they say, really? You can do that? Oh, I don't know about that. And that's when you go in and make them like open their minds on other products, financial products.
So do you think there's a lot of women that don't come into the business because of this reaction, or they start the business and they leave because they find there's too much rejection or too much questioning or too much?
I think they don't leave, but they end up working with somebody else.
Oh, they end up working with somebody else. Is there a large population in Canada of women in the business?
In Panama?
Yes.
More men than
women. Really. This is a well, I'll call it an issue. It's an issue all over the world that there are more men than women, but it's a perfect business for a woman.
But some of the men that are in the business for a long time, they end up having women to work for them. So they send a woman to talk to the clients instead of them. So I don't. That's the part I don't get. Like,
That's strange. That's
but
different.
I think the door gets
Opened.
with a man,
And oh, I see. Okay, that's how they do it.
and then they send like, okay, you already bought it. And I'm gonna send you my I don't know how to say my
Associate?
associate. Yeah.
Okay.
Whatever you want
To close the
label
deal.
it. Most of them don't even have a license, but they have the license and they send someone to
Oh, okay.
to talk to the
to
client.
go and they open the door and then they go and close the sale.
They close the sale, but all the rest of the
Paperwork is done by the associate. Okay.
and most of that is woman.
Okay, so I guess it's different in every country. Like
Yeah,
you know,
it
that's
depends on
allowed
the
here.
culture also,
Yeah,
no?
also the culture. Yeah, sometimes they accept or not. What is the advice you can give to a woman who wants to get into the financial industry? How old? Before I go to that, how old were you when you started?
I was 34, something like that.
Oh, 34. And
I started late,
yeah.
to tell you the truth. I don't think, but I think it's better to, for me, it was better to start late because if you're younger, less trust
Yeah.
you get from
People.
the clients.
Yeah. And did you find that it was flexible so that you could run your family, look after the kids, and sell?
Yes.
It gave you the time to
It's
have
a
everything. instead of-
wonderful business, yes,
Yeah.
because you can manage your time also.
That's right.
It depends on how much you wanna have your agenda, like from Monday to Friday till 9 a.m. till 5 p.m. You can have all these appointments back to back, or you can, okay, today I'm gonna see 3 good clients instead of 10 regular ones. I don't know. It depends on you. How do you manage your time? But you can manage it as you want.
Yeah. My son was 2 years old when I started. And I remember when my son and I, we used to go on appointments together because, you know, I was young. I didn't have a babysitter at that time. And he used to sit quietly and play with his toys while I talked to the clients.
Mine were little also.
They were little too. See,
When I
yeah, it
started.
was the best business ever, I think.
Yeah.
You know, it really helped you. It helps you grow. You meet different cultures. You meet different people. You come to know what you want in life.
Exactly.
Right? And you can never go wrong in your finances if you are in this business, right? Earlier on, we talked a little bit about, before the podcast started, that you were thinking at this time, currently in your brokerage, you are not hiring people to sell. You've got 4 partners who do the selling.
Yeah, we manage.
But you are thinking of starting where you're
Of
going to
course.
train people how to become salespeople and coach them how to pass their licensing. Would that be correct?
Yes.
Right.
But maybe even next year we can.
That
we
you're
might
thinking
start on that.
you might start doing
Yeah.
that. What are the challenges you see in that? And what are the benefits of doing that for you?
It's not easy to trust other people, to gain the client's trust. You know,
No, but
that
when-
it's not you.
Yeah.
If it's not me, then I have to make sure that the one who's selling is like as good as you.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you have to. It's like I said, very delicate business. That it's not that tomorrow I can have. Oh, I know how to sell. I work in sales, this and that. Okay, you're hired. Tomorrow, go sell. No, it's not that easy.
So it's like if your skills are transferable to the other person, because you have skills and you want to transfer
have
them
to
to another
transfer,
person.
yeah,
Yes, and will that person be able to do what you're doing? Right. That is a challenge. Recruiting is a very big. It's a big part of the business, and if you don't know how to do it,
Of course.
you can get the wrong people in. I know I've been there, done that. Yeah.
There's a lot of information that you don't want like anybody to handle it.
Of course.
There's also an
Confidential.
issue a confident issue that you have to know who you're letting know about that information. That's not you.
That's not you, exactly. Yeah, that's a big school. So you're thinking of starting a school in here where you will train and you will employ people who will work for you. I think that's the best thing. I had a big agency myself, so I had a lot of people that we used to train, and then we used to get them on the field and do joint field work. So our recruiting and joint field work was all done
Yeah,
by
that'd be
sales
great.
managers. That would be awesome if you started,
Yeah,
and I'm looking
of
forward
course.
to see your success in the future.
Thank you.
Right? So when you know, what are your goals like for the next few years? Where do you want to reach? Do you want to reach top of the table?
You always want to reach top of the table and continue and having more and more experience and more sales and more people liking you and trusting you and people to know about you.
Of course, yeah. And what is the satisfaction you get when you see that you've helped somebody?
It's amazing. When it's not when they tell you, but when they tell it to other people in front of you, like, you know how she helped me, she's the best, I love her. I kind of get embarrassed at first, but then like, thank you. You don't do that. You don't do it for that,
No.
but it's nice when you hear about it.
Yeah, that's right. And if you pay a claim, it's very nice. If it's a death claim, it's even better, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's an amazing feeling. I mean, I've been through so many. I've been in this business for 38 years. So, I've been through a lot. And, when people tell you thank you, it's a very good feeling. And, when you start your school and you train some people, and then when they tell you thank you for getting me here, it's even a different amazing feeling.
Of course.
You're going to just enjoy that. That's really, really good.
Looking forward.
Yeah. So will you encourage women to start this business?
Yes, sure.
You'll encourage women. You'll encourage women to come into this business.
We need more women in the business.
We need more women in this business, yeah.
We have a very good ones, don't get me wrong, but we need more.
Yeah, no, we do need more.
We need more.
And I mean, the challenge that we have seen, and I'll talk about North America because that's where I worked, is that the majority of the wealth in North America is going to be left to women.
Okay.
And there's a lot of wealth that's going to be left to women, and women tend to trust women more. It's a documented fact that they will trust women more when it comes to their money.
Makes sense.
But we don't have enough women in the business, so we need to encourage more women to get into the business so that
For sure.
this wealth that's coming up can be looked after appropriately for women, right? And the best way is to get more women into the business and grow and be successful. So one last question, Alagrita, before we wrap up. Can you give me personal advice to women who are already in the business as to how they can have personal growth and do better and better and better? I've seen a lot of women leave the business once they start. And you have that tenacity, and I admire you for what you're doing right now.
Thank you.
I'd like the women to know about a little bit personal advice on what to do, because I'm sure many times you thought you were going to quit, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so what is your
ups and downs all the time?
Yes, and I know I went through it.
Not always success every day. I wish I wouldn't be here talking to you.
No. So, and I went through the same thing. I know how many times I told my manager, "This is it, right? I don't want to do this. It's just too hard." But then he always grabbed me back in again and said, "You know what?" And I thank him for pulling me back and getting me successful. If it hadn't been for him, I wouldn't have been here today. But what is your personal advice that you can give?
Try to have someone to push you, like you're saying, or someone you trust that you can say, "Hey, I'm tired. I don't want to do this anymore," and they can. No, you have to keep going. Or some guru or someone that's been longer that you look up to, and they can trust you and you can trust them to guide you. If it's a girl, it's better. Look for the most experienced woman in the business. Meet them. The good thing in this business that everyone gets to know each other. And gain their trust. Be confident. Try to have the first meeting. Get to the first meeting. When you get to the first meeting, then it's up to you to gain their trust, to finish hopefully in the first meeting, or at least have a second one and keep going. But if you only stay with an email or by phone and you don't get to sit with the person, it's going to be harder.
It is going to be, definitely.
You have to find a way to manage at least 30 minutes sitting with the person.
That's such a very good point. And I'll just share with you, I do a talk, or I've done coaching on how different it is to have a coach and a mentor. It's
A mentor. That's the
yes,
word I wanted
a mentor
to
and a
say.
coach is
A
two,
mentor.
Yeah, and most
Yeah.
people get confused. I have a coach, I've got a mentor. No, a mentor and a
No,
coach
not
are
mentor.
two different things, right?
Of
Coach
course.
is somebody who's going to show you, like a manager, what to do. A mentor is somebody who's had experience, and
Of
it may
course.
not be from the same business. It may be from a different business, but they have that business
For
acumen,
sure.
right?
Mentor is the best.
Right, and there's one.
You're my mentor now.
Thank you, Alegria. The other point that I always bring across is that don't spend your weekends with your friends. Try and meet new people all the time,
Of course, yeah.
right? Because if you're meeting the same people over and over again, eventually they're going to start either avoiding you because, oh no, she's here again, she's going to ask me to buy some insurance, right? Or else
Yeah,
you
yeah.
really have nothing more. You're not growing.
No, but it's the way around. I go
Yes.
out with them, with my friends, and they always talking to me about insurance.
So they want free
I'm
advice.
not working now.
They want free advice, right?
And I have a good friend that's I look up to him like a mentor, and he says, I'm not gonna have lunch with you. I don't want to have lunch with your partners. I just want to have lunch with clients because I don't want to waste time having lunch with you. You're
Because
not
I already
making
know
money.
you. Yeah, and you're not buying from me, right? So the more people you meet, the better it gets. That's why on the weekends, never spend your weekend with the same people. Spend it with different people, new
course.
people, new cultures, new,
For
and that's
sure.
how you will grow.
That's where we're here.
There
And
you
I
go.
met
That's
you.
how we're here. There you go. Right. Well, folks, that brings us to the end of another session with step-by-step talks. I want to extend a huge thank you to Alegria.
No, thanks to you.
For being my guest
Thanks to
today. And we are looking forward to seeing your success and growth. And we
Thank
will be
you.
having many more podcasts
Thank
with you. Before we go, I want to remind you to please subscribe to the YouTube channel, Step by Step Talks. Hit your like button if you like what we said. Give us some comments. Share with us what you'd like to talk about more. And if you're women looking at getting into the business, please do contact me at stepbysteptalks.com and I will answer you personally and we can talk more about the career. That's all for now. Stay tuned for my next podcast. Rohini Kapoor signing off. Step by step.